Hey there, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Jordan Debano, and if we are meeting for the first time, it's great to have you here. And if you are looking for tips and strategies and inspiration to help you with your personal growth and evolution in your life's journey, then click the subscribe button and give this video a like. Today, we are speaking about checks and balances, and not in the financial terms. Well, maybe in the financial terms if what I share today relates to that particular area of your life. I think there's always an area of our lives that calls for our attention. It's calling to us, and we can know it. It can be like really obvious, or it can be hidden in plain sight. But once we are aware of it and we go and face whatever's there that we need to face, whether it is, let's say, like literal checks and balances that need attention in your finances, right? You need to go and get things sorted for your tax return. Your business, you haven't done the books in ages and you hate doing the books. You know this is important, but you're not doing it. There's a powerful message that you're sending to your subconscious when that's happening. And it really is that yeah, I can't be with it all. I can't be with what life throws at me. And it's popular to go, just focus on the goals, and that's where my attention's got to be. But the reality is that things don't change until we can bring the energy from the goal down into our reality. The energy from, like, not even from the goal, from the person we are that's already achieved that goal into our reality. And so it's like, if you imagine your finances, for example, um, the you that has made the money that you want to make and made the investments that you want to make, bought the house, paid off the debt, whatever it is, that person's probably not avoiding doing the books, or avoiding checking in with the bank account, you know, and doing your distributions right. So all your things are topped up, and whatever you're avoiding, that person that has achieved that goal that you're after, they're probably not avoiding that thing that needs attention. It could be your health. It could be your health. For me, health was a thing I avoided for a long time. I knew it's like I am overweight. I huff and puff too much. I'm unfit, and I'm 27. This is not great. Considering what I want to do with my life. I want to travel heaps. I want to have kids. I would like to appreciate my body more and get more out of it, see what it's really capable of in terms of like the physical, and not that I'm going to be an athlete, but in the athletic standpoint. But I kept putting it off, and it's amazing what happened um, when I went and faced it. And it didn't have to start with chicken breast, water, lettuce, and brown rice every day. It didn't. It started with like looking in the mirror and actually going, this is where you are. Like it's so powerful when just taking a moment to go, this is what's happening. There's I used to say when I was in sales, when I'd listen to calls that went well and calls that didn't go well, I'd always say that the calls that went well is when I could help the customer own what was going on in their reality. It's like there's a difference between owning what's going on in their reality, the problems that they have and the things that they've bought in the past that haven't worked so well. And then there's a totally different standpoint when the customer is telling you the money they've wasted on other products, the problems that they have, but they're not owning it. They're not embodying it, right? They're not taking responsibility for it. Very basic, guys. Very, very, very basic. But what we're speaking about, like in when you actually apply it, it's incredible what changes. So the message for you today is like, what is that area that you're avoiding? And are you like can you bring that energy from the the vision of your business, the person you are when you achieve that business? Can you bring that energy, that the future you, can you bring that frequency down to where you're at and go, hang on a second, me in the future would not put off losing weight. Me in the future would not put off the run. Me in the future would not put off owning where I am in terms of my relationship with my partner, whatever it is, like getting your checks and balances in order. Yeah, it's profound, so profound. And again, like, it doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't have to be a big thing to start off with. You know, there's a powerful thing about the Fibonacci sequence out there. So if you guys haven't heard about this, the Fibonacci sequence, you probably the most common way it's shared is the 1 plus 1. Well, sorry, 0 plus 1 equals 1, then 1 plus 1 equals 2, and then 2 plus 1 equals 3, and it just continues like to compound with time. That is the perfect way to just kind of imagine your approach to this thing that you're putting off, whether it is your finances, whether it is starting your book, whether it is sitting down and having an honest conversation with your partner. It just starts with something small and it compounds and it builds and it builds. And before you know it, the thing that you started, okay, it was just a little flame at the start, becomes a massive fire, that spreads. And I'm talking in metaphor here, of course, but like the small time that you make to go and do your taxes, all of a sudden it becomes a weekly meeting that you have with yourself to check in with where things are at. Maybe that leads on to you being more engaged with what's going on in the stock market. If you've got a share portfolio, you're checking in, what's happening. What are some other opportunities? Can I be more active? I don't know what it is, but this is what happens. It's like lifting weights. You go to the gym for a few weeks, you're sore, and then all of a sudden you realize there's some gains there, and you're like, hang on, what exercises can I do to get stronger now? Instead of just bench press and chin ups and a squat, what else can I do? Do I start running? You get the point, right? It snowballs. It snowballs. And that's the Fibonacci sequence. If you actually go and have a look for a picture of it, it's like a snail that starts small and it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And it's split up into stages. And what you'll see is the stages, like the numbers that we were just speaking about, they get bigger, they get larger, which essentially if we were to talk about it in terms of like action steps, as you ascend up the Fibonacci sequence, not only are you more equipped to take bigger action steps, but where you land is bigger. Where you land is bigger. It's like what's happening right now with my training for a triathlon. I started with a 15-minute run every day. Now it's 3 sessions of 15 to 17 Ks each week and two like recovery runs, which is like a 3 or 4K. So that's where I'm at in my Fibonacci sequence. Now, when I jump again, I don't know what that's going to look like. There probably has to be a swim and a bike ride in there because that's involved in the race. But that's how we can. It can just start. It can just start with that 15-minute run. So we're going to wind it up there. What is that thing that you're putting off? Or the powerful question you can ask yourself is, what is the area of my life that needs attention right now? What's actually calling for my attention? How can I be of service to myself, to the highest good of my life? And you'll be quite shocked what starts to appear. All right, guys, hope you've enjoyed this, and we'll see you next time.